Welcome back, fam. I'm your host, Paul Lashope, and it's time for Bowl na Bowl, the Kenya Premier League weekly review. Today, we're not just looking at a game, we're breaking down a real story of survival, a proper clash where every single point mattered. Nairobi United versus Sofapaka. Okay, let's dive right into this, shall we? The match between Nairobi United and Sofapaka FC on March 14th, well, it was way more than just 90 minutes of football. This was high-stakes drama with massive implications at the bottom of the table. To really get the tension on the pitch, you first have to understand where both of these clubs were at before the first whistle even blew. I mean, their stories couldn't have been more different, worlds apart really, right? Check out this table. It tells you everything you need to know. Look at Nairobi United, sitting in 10th place with 30 points. They had basically zero pressure, no relegation fears, just a solid, comfortable mid-table team. But then you flip the coin and you look at Sofapaka, and wow, the picture was grim. They were rock bottom, 18th place, with just 14 points from 23 games. They were absolutely desperate. And to make matters worse, they were already on a painful 7-game losing streak coming into this match. So with everything, and I mean everything on the line for Sofapaka, the game kicked off at Kasarani Annex Stadium, and you could feel it right from the start. It was tense, it was hard fought. You could just feel that desperation from one side and the calm composure from the other. You know, the first half was a real back and forth, a proper tug of war. Nairobi United were pushing, but a defiant Sofapaka were creating chances of their own. Still, nothing. Neither team could find that all-important breakthrough. This was pretty much the story of the match. The goalkeepers were just putting on a show here. Sofapaka looked certain to score, but Nairobi United's keeper Kevin Osanya just came up with a massive save to keep things level. And it was the exact same story at the other end of the pitch. Nairobi United had their moments for sure, but Sofapaka's Morgan Karius was like a wall, pulling off some crucial saves to keep his team's hopes alive. So let's move on to the moment that changed everything. As the clock was ticking down, the game was just crying out for a hero, you know? And boy, did one player step up in the most spectacular way. Deep into that second half, you could feel the tension just rising and rising with every single minute. The score was still 0-0, and you have to remember, a draw that just wasn't going to cut it for Sofapaka. Somebody had to make a move. Then it happened. The commentator called it a Rokota Fatua, a firecracker. And honestly, that's exactly what it was. An absolute thunderbolt from distance that was just destined for the back of the net from the moment it left his boot. A stunning long-range shot from Nairobi United's Kevin Osanya. Flies past the keeper. That was it. The game's one and only goal. A moment of pure, undiluted brilliance that sealed the fate of the entire match. So, what did that one moment, that one spectacular goal actually mean for the league table? Well, for one team, it was just another day at the office, but for the other, it felt like another step closer to the drop. For Nairobi United, the win just cemented their comfortable mid-table spot, moving them up to 33 points, no problem. But for Sofapaka, the result was absolutely devastating. Still stuck at the bottom with a measly 14 points. This wasn't just another loss, you know. This was their eighth consecutive defeat in the league. That is a terrible run of form, and it's leaving them firmly rooted in that relegation zone, just watching the gap to safety get wider and wider. And this chart, well, it really puts their whole season into perspective, doesn't it? After 24 games, they've only managed 3 wins. 3! Compared to a staggering 16 losses. The numbers, they just paint a very bleak picture. So this crushing loss leaves us with one big question as we look ahead. With only a handful of games left, is a great escape even possible for Sofapaka? Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe for more Bowl na Bowl.